Peaceful souls dance around her to say goodbye. Mountains are monks. They sit and meditate for eternity. Nightingales are divas. Their song is beauty and dignity.
It's funny how life goes. On the 21st of December, to Solest, I was having a day of rest, which means I was still feeding the animals, I was still doing my work, because my work is for the animals and for the children. That's all I do. In micro on farms, I'm a shepherd and a teacher for children. And in macro, apparently, not just Gods Jester, but the prophecy 933. If you know what that is to be, then apparently that's me. But anyway, so I recorded, for weeks now I've been following and listening and trying to clear and clearer. It's easier when you leave your phone at home, but clearer I've been listening to God. And he said to me on the 21st, okay, go out for a walk now. I was after I had a sleep in the afternoon. He said, go out for a walk now.
Being near the heart of nature, wonderful creature. I can feel your soul blossom. Your transformation is awesome.
Go to the lake. The lake was right next to the farm. We drove through there many a time. 2 or 3 anyway. Yeah, anyway, doesn't matter how many times. Yeah, I climbed the fence to get in there because I didn't ask for a key. But I thought, well, it's alright, because in the design I had already talked about buying the land. Anyway, between my plan and God's plan, there's obviously a big difference. So I'm just learning to let go. Anyway, the next day I released that video. It's all a video about hope here in the clip, yeah. Finding and uniting and beating the Antichrist, because we are here for heaven on earth. May his kingdom come. May his God's name be praised, and whatever will bring, he will bring. And anyway, so yeah, the next day the holy pirate came pissed off, told me to leave. Literally, that was it. 2 weeks of hard work and design and this, that and everything, and he asked me to leave, so I left. No discussions, no begging, no arguments. Fair enough. I accept it. God's path. If he doesn't accept that, anyway, I'm gone. So I packed and I went. I said, God, where next? He said, go to Budapest. And he said, go to Budapest and then go find a mosque. So I went and found the mosque, and there I said, I met Sharif. He said, ask how to get to Jordan. And Sharif said, you need to go to Istanbul first. I didn't know how to get to Istanbul, but he said he couldn't help me anymore. He would come, but his son and his daughter, Sharif, a very good man from a very nice mosque. Well, most of them weren't very happy to see me, but I do understand when somebody comes. And they didn't know about 933, but anyway, Sharif was open and I had to go back a second time, and we had a conversation. He said, you need to go to Istanbul, my friend. So that was it, the end of that conversation. So I carried on going. I found Bubble Kingdom in Budapest. definitely worth a visit. Tibor, the owner and the boss, he's a very good man with a very good heart. Let me start the day by saying this. Yep, he gave me free wireless and he gave me a free drink last night while I was finding my way around. Bubble Kingdom, a lovely Taiwan, very, very cheesy, smoothie, slushy shop, coffee shop. And Tibor, the owner, who spoke German, we had a conversation. He gave me my drink for free, And the time I also used my wireless, and I spoke to Anne, who the whole journey, all along the way, she's been very encouraging. Thank you, Anne. Yeah, she believes in me. I've known her for many years, and she's very inspirational. And she's more or less not a cheerleader, but a friend. And she gives, wherever I go next, she gives me things to go look at, which I mean are very inspiring and great tips. And she said she doesn't know how to help me, but yeah, she sent me a little bit of money. Thank you, Anne, again. And then I looked for a room, and I found the Nest, which is a hostel in Budapest that I really suggest that if you go to Budapest and you need a hostel, the Nest is the best. The Nest, it's literally called the Nest in Budapest, and it's the best hostel I've been to. Very friendly, beautiful kitchen, it's all there to use, beds are comfortable, very dog friendly, and anybody who's Bonny friendly is yeah, friend of mine. Because where dogs can't go, then yeah, dogs in reverse again. Dogs in the mirror, God is appraised, and where there's no dog, there's no God. So anyway, yeah, so then I sat down, and when I had unpacked, and I got my washing done, so all my clothes are now freshly washed. Thank you very much for €5, perfect. And then I sat down and I started looking at Istanbul. And this morning, well no, last night, I found a pathway. A doable journey to Istanbul. So now I'm on the way to Istanbul. It's a long journey. I won't be there until tonight sometime, late. Or tomorrow, yeah, tonight, late tonight. Still, I'll be there. And I asked God, what do I do with Bonny on the way? She needs to pee and shit and everything. And now, at a bus stop, I went early. I left early, not on schedule. Always 5 steps ahead, so the devil can't catch up. And look where I am, in the middle of a beautiful park. It all works out if you trust. So now, after recording this video, Bonny and I are going to go for a nice walk around the park before we start our long journey to Istanbul, because it's all ready. I've got it all photographed. And then in Istanbul, I also informed my dad, because I'm very glad that I have 2 dads. The earthly dad, my dad from the house of David, my dad, my God, and they both, yeah, I'm so lucky to have them both. So yeah, Istanbul next up, because it's time to learn about Islam, because I know true Islam means no harm. And yeah, it's time to bring the truth, but first I need to go learn. Tie my shoelaces and go and learn. Learn more about 933 and what's expected of me, and learn all about the East, because the West, I know, needs saving because it's kaput. It really is. The West is fucked, mate. Seriously, it's fucked. So what can I say? I got to go to the East and see the sun rising. That's what I've been told anyway. So it's all about the journey and following God and trusting, letting go, and just go. Listen and go. And I'll show you, we'll see, I'll tell you when it's finished. Obviously, it's not yet finished, it's just the start. But now, let me go into the park. Hey! On this path that God is leading me, I'm not the finished product yet. I'm still learning. On the way, I'm now in Belgrade, Serbia, a city where you can really tell people care, where they're still, they're passionate about life here, they smile. And one thing that I've learned, or I epiphanized on the way here, it's no longer about me, because it's about God, what God wants, where He's at, what His plan is with me, because He chose me, He anointed me, He chose me to be His jester. Obviously, He asked me, He chose and tested me and gave me the jobs, and I've got to listen to what He wants. It's not about what I want. Do you get what I mean? So whenever I start trying to decide and plan and do whatever's next, it normally leads a long way round, literally, or it doesn't work, or it stops straight, because God's got His clear plan and clear vision. So I have to stop, listen, ask. Yeah, my choice is to serve Him. Yeah, like now in Serbia, serve Him in Serbia. My choice is, when He wakes me up in the morning, do I get up or do I say, oh, I want to go back to sleep? That's my choice, and then I listen. Yeah, and He guarantees me that it will work. Like yesterday, I couldn't get out of the bus. I was in the bus. I couldn't get out. I missed my stop. I thought, why? And then I realised, oh, I missed my bus stop so that Bonny had a longer walk. Or I chose a hostel. I chose a hostel, and yeah, it didn't work out. And then I let it myself. Guys, it's listening, being connected. You got to, yeah. And I was also reading, because you get your messages everywhere. It's not just connected as in quantum liberation connection. It's you read stuff, and when you're asking your questions, you get your answers. You listen, you can hear people talking, and you get your answer through conversation for everywhere. It's a lot of practice, and it's not like per se, oh, it's really easy. It's not voices in your head kind of thing. No, it's reading the signs, reading the areas. So,
Dear some messenger of a higher consciousness, they live their life.
so yeah, one thing is really, really clear. You've got to be in God. Know He's in you. Yeah, it's not about you. You give yourself up. If you get what I mean, like literally, you see through God's eyes, because you know He's chosen you, so He's in you. It sounds dark, or it is dark because it's still very early in the morning. Got a bus to take soon. I'm going further east, like I said. Let me get to the light. Yeah, so you let God handle through you. You look to God. You constantly hold God in front of you, and it's not what you want to do. Yes, and the easiest thing. Well, I'm saying it's a compliment. It's such a massive compliment that God chose me in this case. Yeah, because it's about me. That how can I? It's like, yeah, okay, that's the greatest honour on earth. It's the greatest honour I could ask for, and I can only be thankful for. So it makes it easier not to be about me. Like it also makes it easy with all the shit happening, like the slander that was trying to happen in Switzerland, or getting kicked out of the farm or whatever. But it's not about me. Obviously, because they like getting kicked out of the farm, they didn't believe or didn't see my worth. No. They didn't see what they had, but they also didn't believe in God, because when they asked me, do I want to stay? I said yes, because God says this is a very, very good place, best place for me to build base. But they didn't believe that, so they don't believe in God's plan. which was also a test to them. I am sure. They say they work for, but they don't believe that. So, and it was about about them and not about what God wants. So as you go along, it's like wherever dogs are welcome. You know, God is there. If dogs aren't welcome, it's not a good place. Easy as that. Well, no, that's not. That's a bit simplified, I'm sure. But no. But anyway, people who kick me out definitely aren't in God or with God. That's okay. Well, and it makes it easier for me because I know God. I'm in God, with God. It makes it easier to know and feel good because He chose me, not the other way around. So you see the light in the dark. Wherever you go, you can see the light because you know He's showing you where to go. And right now, He's showing me Belgrade. Look at that. So much light. So much light. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Cherry trees are dancers. Their blossoms in the wind give divine answers. Dragon trees are my friends. Their being is a gift for my mental cleanse.
I mean, it's amazing. Is it not amazing? I didn't ask. I was led here. I'm in the city of Belgrade, slept in a hotel that's swimming on water, and I didn't look for it. I was just led here. God gave me this. He gave me this. He said, this is where you got to sleep. This is where you're sleeping. And it's like amazing. The staff here are amazing. Everywhere I go, I meet amazing staff. And I'm in an amazing city, and it's unbelievable. That's all I can say is thank you, Lord. Thank you for letting me be your servant. Thank you for choosing me to be your jester. Thank you for teaching me how to listen properly. And thank you for looking after me and Bonny. Bonny. You gonna say thank you as well, Bonny? Bonny, she's loving it as well. Yeah, the best thing is, it's right next to the park that you saw this morning. So it's just easy to go in and out and look after Bonny as well. I mean, honestly.
The sun slowly turns into a beautiful butterfly.
Be near the heart of nature, wonderful creature. I can feel your soul blossom. Your transformation is awesome. Be near the heart of nature, wonderful creature. I can feel your soul blossom. Your transformation is awesome. Feel your soul blossom.
Song just stopped as we started recording. Just like me, churches pray to God as well, but not all churches work for God. A lot of the institutions, a lot of the priests work for themselves, unfortunately. And a lot of the lambs and a lot of the sheep and let's just call them humans. The believers, they are limited in their belief because they believe they have to go through the church. But let me tell you and promise you this: you don't have to be limited to the church. You can be freer and talk directly to God. He's actually appreciated even more if you talk. Bonny, begin in park. If you talk directly to him, Ned in park. Okay, then we walk this way. Because yeah, he doesn't like middlemen. Like nobody likes middlemen. It's bad business. Yeah, if you're paying a middleman, then you're making money as well. But to taking your energy as well. But if you're talking directly to God, and the love goes directly to God, you don't need no middleman to believe in God. She's loving Bucharest in the snow. Hi, Bonny. Apparently, Romania's got a new parliament. They were meant to be really good, although I'm not quite sure they're in the EU. But anyway, it is what it is. And the new government is giving the Romanian people hope, apparently. We'll see. Because Romania does need work. It does need work. But like I said, the people seem hopeful. They're definitely helpful. And the larger part, they're actually friendly. And you can tell when communism is here, you got McDonald's and everyone everywhere. But I'm gonna go check out the Christmas market next. Hopefully I find some gloves because it's pretty damn cold. One thing that's really clear though is they're very proud as well, the Romanians. There's a lot of Romanian flags everywhere. There's a lot of military this, military that, and statues, but the communistic touch is very present. So, yeah, that's quite a hard one to make out, Romania, Bucharest. As soon as you leave the city centre, it gets a little bit dirty, but nothing like Budapest. But yeah, a lot of military. It's the military bus stop. It's the military metro station. And it's military this, the military that. Not quite sure, but yeah, it's beautiful though. The architecture, the buildings are pompous and big and massive. And yeah, beautiful city, beautiful parks. New gloves, mulțumesc, mulțumesc is thank you in Hungarian. Mulțumesc, the most important thing. Everything's so big. They have Parliament House, Cathedral. I'm going to go check this cathedral out next. Look at that big place. I wonder if God lives in there. Big church, big business. Yeah. Big church, big business. The gatekeepers, the two old ladies, sat at the gate. They wouldn't even let me in because of the dog. And I tried to explain to them if they knew what dog means backwards. They said they don't care. Big church, big business. Money going in, money coming out all day long. Big money, big church. That's why they've got a golden roof. Ha! I got the proof. Big money, big church. See, that's what I'm talking about. You don't need the middleman to talk to God. God listens to you wherever you are, wherever you be. You just have to give yourself to him. This morning we had a conversation, God and I did, about giving up Bonny. He asked me to give up Bonny. I said to him, I'll give up all your favours, I'll give up all your anointment. But the power of three, the Trinity, is God, Bonny and me. So I'm willing to give up anything, my lord. I said to him. He said, thank you, Colin. That's what he's all about. He's not about, because sometimes people just want what the benefits. People just want the money. People just want everything, the extras and the benefits you get. But they're not really in for it for God. They're not really in for it for the word. They're in for it for the perks. Just like this church here, the perks, the money. And all around you got the beggars, hoping that some good Christian will give some money everywhere. But now, God turned around to me and said, okay, Colin, I've heard you and I spoke to you and it's all good. Thousands and thousands of people going in, day out. You know, how many would recognize me if I would now shout, here I am, I am here. Nobody would even turn their head because they will not believe, they will not receive. How many of these people would give their life to God rather than ask God for their life? I wonder, how many of these people truly believe, or do they just receive what they're given and I expect to be given rather than to give? Big church, big money, all day long, people coming in and out. It's like an ant hive. This place is alive, but I wonder, does God live here? Or is it just fear of God?
In the sun, slowly turns into a beautiful butterfly. The butterfly begins to dance.
Of course, Bonny wasn't allowed in, but the gatekeeper's looking after him because I did tell him that Bonny being God's favourite dog and all, well, not favourite, she just, she's with me, you see. So he said, okay, he'll look after her. Although he wasn't quite sure. But ooh, look at this.
I don't know if it's awake or joyful. It flies slowly up in the sky.
Big church, big money. At least there's no little boys everywhere. Naked little boys, just apostles and the saints.
A cocoon rolls in the sun, slowly turns into a beautiful butterfly. The butterfly begins to dance to the rhythm of its awakened joy of life. It flies slowly up in the sky. Imagine you're the butterfly. You fly into a new dimension. Time is no longer linear. All is melting in the here and now.
I wonder who's allowed to sit there. It's out of ties, behind boundaries. All the stories on the wall, all around, gold, and the stories of old, the stories of new, and they're being written as we speak, or filmed, like here in YouTube. Still, only few really realise. Most of these people, you can feel, are asleep, in a deep, deep sleep, queuing to be able to pay money. They have no money to feed the poor, and no money to stop the wars, but they have money to donate, so that our whole life will get better, with the willingness of God. They're queuing to touch the Holy Grail, touch and kiss the gold. The stories of old. The lady says the altar here is from Italy, and the people are here to pray to Saint Andre. She can't tell me if it's from Rome or not, but she's here. They're here to pray. They're queuing to pray to Saint Andre rather than praying to God every day. Many are believers, but none of them are receivers of His word. Here they're queuing, so they're coming down the line to kiss and pray a golden altar, and going further to meet the money, just for praise and thanks. Religion is kind of funny if you think about it.
We are all connected. The polarity has dissolved.
My lord, the jester was here, but I fear I didn't find any trace of you. Just a big house and big
We
money.
are all in love. Everything is done.
You know what? I find that kind of funny. Right next to the house of big money, we've got the star of NATO. And now I wonder, how far would NATO go to destroy the world, to bring in prophecy to the end of it all? Because NATO, the way I see the patterns, are the ones that are pushing the hardest to bring in prophecy. They're not stopping it. They're not stopping it at all. I mean, NATO are the ones who let Benjamin Netanyahu do whatever the fuck he wants. And they're the ones who are meant to stop it. The star of NATO, right next to the big house of big money. But, Bucharest is a lovely city. Let me carry on going. To be honest, my lord, I see more presence of you on this ice skating ring than I do in the big house of gold. Because here, let it be told, there's people having fun and laughing, people smiling and just living. Children being children. And that is where I see you clearly, my lord. That is where God rejoices and has his fun. Let me tell you, I'm not his son. I'm just his jester. But I suggest to you that you like and subscribe, because I will only describe what I see and tell the truth for all to hear. All to see, of course, because I am traveling the world and I am free to be me. And I thank you, Lord, at this time, the present time, for letting me see through your eyes, hear with your ears, and talk with your tongue. Ooh, and Lord, thank you for letting me feel with your heart. Yes, because right from the start, I know I'm in good hands when I'm with you, my Lord, just traveling through all these lands. Seeing what I see to help you judge, because I know you don't want to begrudge. You want to save us all, but not all will let themselves be saved, because you can only help those who help themselves. Lord, I praise you and your name, and may your kingdom come, and may we have fun until it's done. Oh, have fun while we're doing it, and when it's done, we'll all have fun. The ones that survive, stay alive, because we're all living with you in your name. Because, yeah, some of them will have to go, I'm sure, but some of them, I hope, we can still save. I hope, my Lord, that no one has to sleep in this cave. Not anymore. What is it? The ruins. Please help the homeless find a bed at night, and help the believers stay alive and fight. For this holy war, it has tore separation through our world. And I only like what I might be able to help. This is the true altar, a true altar of God in the middle of nature. Not in the church where if you don't abide by their rules and say what they say, they hate you. Nothing in nature hates you, honestly. So if they're spreading any words of hate, then you know they're not with God. Then you know they're with the devil, but they're taking belief to a different level. Because the devil hides in plain sight, and the wolf, he wears the sheep's skin. But if you look deep within, you can hear the truth. Because everybody's going to tell you the same story. But you hear when someone's talking in God's glory. And that's how you know. And that's how you can separate the good from the bad. Or the happy from the sad. If it's all about the problems, maybe they're sad. But if they've got a solution, or at least they're trying to find one, then deep inside they're happy, I'm sure. Or they're trying to be. Because we can only be free if you help yourself. So I help me and I be me. And God helps me to be free. But he can only help who helps himself. And that's why no Messiah will come. Only the Jester is here, you know. But don't fear, you have a chance. And I would like you to join me. Oh, so we can dance when it's all over.
Cocoons in the sun slowly turns into a beautiful butterfly.
One thing is clear. Following God's path is not always easy. Sometimes you run out of money. Sometimes you run into difficulties. But it's not always about the easy path, because the easy path isn't always the best path. Sometimes it's the harder path that helps you grow stronger. Climbing up the mountain, because that's the goal, to get to the top of the mountain. So you stay in faith. That's what it's all about. You stay in faith and you believe. That's the most important thing, because fear comes from the devil. And I know out of own experience, like yesterday, I started recording videos begging for money out of fear, because I've run out of money. And then I was so concentrated on my fear of not having money, I got up, stood and walked away, and I lost my gloves. So, well, I didn't lose them, somebody took them. Fair enough, hopefully someone took them who needs them, and it'll help them sleep the night, because it is cold here in Romania. But still, it came, my lack of consciousness, my lack of attention came from my fear. So let me tell you here right now, you got to let go of the fear. You got to believe, because what's the worst thing that can happen to you? You can die. That's the worst thing, and that's not even a problem, because then you just get reborn. If you're not done yet, you just get reborn. So that's not a problem. So let go of the fear, and if you really want to, then die when you get up in the morning, just die again. You know what I mean? Carry your cross, and then you'll know nothing can happen to you. Because if you're anointed by God, like I am, then you should just be able to trust. Like David, when he stood in front of Goliath, he trusted in himself. Trust in yourself, trust in your talents. And if you're trying your best, it will only be good. And don't get distracted by fear, because fear will only lead to the dark side. It's like in Star Wars. It's all the same old story, same old glory. But living now in God's glory, the sun shines on the righteous, and this morning, it's shining bright on me. Oh yes, it's shining bright on me. Thank you, Lord. Right. I say to you, thank you for watching this chapter 1 of learning to follow God. I don't know where chapter 2 will lead us yet, but if you do subscribe to this brand new channel, you'll help us immensely. And spread the word. We're coming to learn the truth, and we're coming to help wherever help is needed, because the transition from where we are now to heaven on earth, it's happening, my friends, and we can all be free. you and me. With God's help. God be blessed, God's be his name, and may everybody hear his name from here to there and everywhere. May his good name be blessed, and there's only one king, one judge, and that be him. So look within and feel your heart and start today or tomorrow and tomorrow. Today and tomorrow with faith in yourself, in God, and instead of only asking him to come when you need something, like I said, look for him and ask him, what can you do? Because that's what we're here to do. Follow our heart, follow our mission, and let's succeed in this transition, because we're here to win the holy battle, the final battle between good and evil. It's all about the love, and we will win, because that's why we're here. We will win. All right, love you, and remember, you make the world a better place just by getting up in the morning and trying your best. And please don't forget to smile, because you've got a beautiful smile. Thank you for being you.
The butterfly begins to dance to the rhythm of its awakened joy of life. It flies slowly up in the sky.